I'd like to welcome you to Doctor in the Making, where we will be discussing all topics related to medicine with the top influencers and doctors in the state of Florida. What's up, guys? Today we have Dr. David Janiczek with us, the virtual pre-med advisor. How you doing, doctor?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. So you are a former admissions committee member, but before we get to that, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I am currently a fourth-year anesthesia resident, about to graduate in June from my residency program. I'll be going down to New Orleans to do a fellowship in cardiac anesthesia in the summer, which is a one-year fellowship, and then I'll be finally done with all my training and on to real big boy anesthesia and life. So originally from Iowa, I went to the University of Iowa for my medical school, as well as my undergrad years, and so it'll be a new adventure down in New Orleans, but I'm excited for
Awesome.
what it has to come.
Congratulations on that. That's an absolutely amazing achievement. So that's awesome.
Thank you.
So you said you went to University of Iowa, correct, for undergrad and for medical school. Is that the same school you were a former admissions committee at, or is that a different school?
No, that's the school I was on the admissions committee for 2 cycles during my medical school years there.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Okay. So while your time there, what was your responsibility?
So I was a full member of the committee. They have 4 student members of the committee each cycle. And so we would review applications and then score them, vote on them, discuss them at committee meetings. So it really allowed me to see what other members of the committee felt were important, as well as, kind of aligning that with what I felt was important in the admissions process. So I probably reviewed, a few hundred applications during those 2 years. So I really got a good sense of what makes a great application, as well as, kind of the qualities that, students who are successful in the medical school application process do possess.
Wow. Okay. So what do you think admission committee members look for in an applicant?
Yeah, that's a great question. There's a lot of things that we would look for. Definitely, kind of a sense of knowing what you're getting into is super important. So, that comes through a lot of different activities, whether that's shadowing or volunteering. Kind of having that sense of giving back to others is very important. And so altruism, usually shines through on the successful medical school applications. And so, beyond that, just, being able to, not be selfish and look after others is very important as well. Kind of the future, physicians. And so, being able to give back through, those same activities, volunteering or other community service activities that's super important as well. And then also, just kind of to, kind of be well-rounded, and, you can't just be really strong on paper, good grades and a good MCAT score. You have to have all those other things that go into the application as well.
All right. So with all of that in mind, what would you say to maybe a pre-med that maybe they're not knowing what to expect this cycle, first time they're applying, they're going to apply this cycle. What advice would you give to them? Or maybe a message of encouragement. What would you say to them?
Sure. So with the application cycle opening up in just a few weeks, definitely know what it takes and kind of know all the components. So I think one thing that medical school applicants don't necessarily know off the top is what it entails, what's the timeline of the medical school application process. Everything from the personal statement to letters of recommendation to secondary essays and interviews. All those components are important. So just kind of knowing the process is step number 1. Little words of encouragement is, it will get better, and just keep pushing. Not everyone's going to have a 4.0 and a 525 on their MCAT, and that's totally fine. There's a medical school that will accept you, and so if you don't get accepted your first time, don't give up. Many of us had to reapply, and it's a very common thing. So we don't all have to be perfect, and all of us can't be perfect, and so just keep trying.
All right, that's awesome. So that's all the questions I have for you. Again, you can follow Dr. David Janiczek on Instagram at GetAdmittedMD. He has a YouTube channel, GetAdmittedMD, and he has a course called the Med School Admissions Bootcamp. Before we leave, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about that course?
Yeah, so that is a course that I created last year to kind of teach you all about the medical school admissions process from the experiences I had on the admissions committee. So I take you through 10 modules that go start to finish through the medical school application process. And I actually take you alongside a fictitious medical school applicant, so you can kind of see how I integrate those pieces of knowledge into a real medical school application. It's self-taught, kind of at your own pace. And so you're able to go out there and view the modules. And if you do want to work with me alongside along the course, that's an option as well. So you can always contact me and we can set that up.
That sounds amazing, and I think definitely something that some pre-med should definitely look into. So thank you so much, doctor. It was a pleasure having you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video and you want to see more, click the like button below and follow me on Instagram at @doctorinthemaking_. Also, if there's a topic you'd like to see us talk about, make sure you let me know in the comment section below. And always remember, be grateful.